I was muted. Welcome everyone to Lessons and Learning with Larkin. Lessons, Learning, and Readings with Larkin. I am Larkin. Thank you all for joining me so much and tuning in today for this sacred hour of connecting with Source, connecting with Spirit, and most importantly, your spirit teams. What do I mean by that? Your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones, including non-human animals. And here is Gray, as always. Gandalf the Gray joins us every time I do this from home. And all of the amazing teachers and spirits there to support you during this incarnation. So please, please, please welcome, whether you are on the live or the rebroadcast. Please, if you will, leave all of your baggage at the door for this sacred hour that we have to spend together, and join me for this time. As we get started, for those of you that don't know, I just want to remind you, I do things a little bit differently. I want to use this also as an hour to practice really learning to still your mind, get present, so that when I'm not here or you're not getting another reading, you can still learn to tune in to your spirit team, to tune into your higher self and your intuition. And that means before getting on and asking for readings, pop on, say hello, take a deep breath, allow yourself to get really centered. Slow your brain waves and your nervous system down the way those of us that read for you have to do in order to read for you, okay? And this will allow you to take whatever messages come through today and really allow you to receive more deeply. It puts you in a frequency of receiving instead of a frequency of frantic or a frequency of lack. When you get on and you're like, you keep repeating, please pick me, please read for me, do you have anything for me? What that does is it sends out a frequency of lack. So even if spirit guides me to you and you get a message, chances are you're not going to receive all of that message. You're not going to really get what you're supposed to get out of it because you're going to be too focused on making sure I pick you. And you might be one of those people that goes from reader to reader to reader, asking the same question or a different question. I would like to evolve readings past just you sitting there passively waiting for an answer. The questions you ask are really important. The frequency you have in the mindset. Are you ready to receive today? Are you open to receiving messages that maybe aren't even specifically you've been chosen for a reading? Are you there to get the messages from Spirit? Because my friends, Spirit knows who's on here today. They know who's coming for a reading. And even if you don't get chosen, every message that comes through also has a message for you. Okay, so you need to be relaxed in a place to receive. I'm going to say hi to everyone. I'm going to light my incense, set the example, light my candle, set the ambiance, and I hope you all will do that too, okay? I've got my drinks, so have your special drinks, your comfortable place to sit. Leave all your garbage at the door, and let us enjoy a sacred hour with Spirit, okay? I'm going to say hi to everyone. And then before we pop into readings, because I do always stall for a few minutes, because I want to give you guys that practice time to really settle into this being a sacred hour, to trust that everything is always working out for you, and to allow yourself for at least 1 hour to practice stepping out of the frantic feeling of needing an answer, of needing a solution, of having to always reach outside of yourself for something, okay? I've been doing readings my whole life, and what Spirit tells me over and over and over is help people to understand that you all have the connection too. You have the connection. So whether you're making the connection with Spirit through myself or another amazing reader that Veronica has on here, or maybe a reader somewhere else, or whether you're well versed now in connecting with your own angels and spirit guides and loved ones, regardless, from your end, the energy and vibration still has to be the same. Okay. So whether you're getting that message through one of us or through your own personal intuition, the connection still has to be there. And that means you have to be able to slow your thoughts, to slow your frequency, to slow your nervous system enough to receive from the other side. You guys are getting messages from the other side. How amazing is that? So that means you can't be coming from a place of just being your normal human thinking mindset. You have to be able to receive from a higher frequency, from a broader perspective. You guys are going to be getting messages today from outside of space and time. When you connect with your spirit guides and your loved ones and your spirit teams, don't expect the answers to be like another human talking to you. Don't expect the answers to be what your human ego expects. It's got to be the unexpected. It's got to come in ways that you don't know, because why are you coming to me today? Why do you get on this page? Because you want something that is beyond what you deal with every single day. I'm going to have to get a new candle. This is almost done, I think. You guys are wanting something that is beyond what you deal with every day. That's why you're here. So please don't expect to behave and think and interact with me in a way that you would every day, because spirit isn't like that. Spirit doesn't think like you. It doesn't feel like you. It doesn't perceive like you, and it doesn't communicate like you. So please allow yourself to step into that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to quick say hi. We're going to do Spirit's message, and then we'll get into our readings. Okay. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I've already got 25 comments. What am I going to do? Hi, Tammy. Welcome. All right. Tamer, welcome. T. Lynn, Suzanne Anderson, Kirsty Cook, welcome. Alethea Pope, good to see you again. Let me scroll up, make sure I've got everybody. Carrie, hello. Marianne Harris. Let's see. Oh gosh, is it Vanane? That's a beautiful name. I hope I've got that right. I don't see an accent aigu there, but I hope I pronounced that right. Or Vanane, it's beautiful. Lisa Marie, Almi, Casey, hello, Casey. Let's see, Paul. Who else do we have here? We have McGinn, Sierra, Catherine Johnston, Mr. Beanie. I love it. Awesome. All right, guys. So let me give you your wisdom for spirit, and then we will get to your messages. And I will go through, and I'm going to go where spirit guides me today, but I'm also going to star the ones that I see, because these go so fast. And so I want to make sure that that I, if I don't say hi to you guys, even like, hi, Lisa Marie, it just means I don't see you. Okay. If I haven't seen you or messaged you, it just means for whatever reason, I didn't see your message. Okay. I do try to get to everyone. Just a reminder for those of you that are new here, it's impossible. But again, I always remind people not to put down free readings. I love free online readings, but free online readings, spirit guides me to please go as quickly and efficiently as I can to help as many people as possible, right? Because that's what people do in free readings. They come and they want help, they want guidance, they want assistance, they want to connect with loved ones. And so in order to do that, the free online readings, they're quicker, they're shorter, they're not as in-depth, okay? So if you want something more in-depth, find a reader you trust, get a private reading, or join something like my angel parties, which are a small semi-private group reading that costs a lot less. Okay. If you guys want to connect with me further, my Facebook page link is down there. Okay. So here is Spirit's message for you today, and then we will get into our readings. Okay. And I do try to go through this promptly, but I'm very thorough. So just please know I'm trying my best to get to as many of you as I can. Okay. Wow, I'm so touched with chills today by Spirit's message for you guys. Wow. Probably more powerful than maybe you guys realize. But Spirit wants me to remind you guys of how much love and support you actually have that you're not aware of. How much love and support you actually have that you are not aware of. Okay. You are constantly loved and supported. And Spirit wants you to know that even when things don't seem to be going your way, this does not mean that you are not heard. So this tells me there are people on here today that need to hear this. Because remember, Spirit knows who's on here. They know who's on here and they know what you need to hear. Okay. And they know who needs to hear it the most. So what's really important is that you guys understand that you are currently and temporarily existing in a reality that has space and time. Spirit is coming from outside of space and time, outside of space and time. So the reason they can guide you and support you so well is because Spirit has perspective that you do not have. And one of Spirit's jobs, because you're a part of your Spirit team incarnated, is to support and guide you, but not to make your decisions for you. So if you guys have come on here and you're going to ask me to have Spirit tell you what to do, that is not what Spirit wants to do. And Spirit wants to remind you of that. You have chosen, you have volunteered to come into this world, which, by the way, there's a long line of souls wanting to come in here. Okay. You have volunteered. Your Spirit team is there to guide and support you, but not to control you or tell you what to do. You have free will. And Spirit just wants to remind all of you, please trust us. Please trust yourself. Trust your intuition, which is the eternal soul part of who you are. The part of you that has access to all the wisdom that your Spirit team is giving you. Okay? So please trust that things are always working out for you, no matter how things appear. And just because things might not be going the way you think they should to get what you want, or you think they should be, and you don't think they're working out for you, they are. They are working out for you. Okay. Life is always going to be a process. You are always going to have challenging and hard times because that's why you came. Obstacles are opportunities. Okay. So just because things aren't working out the way you want or you think, that doesn't mean they're not working out. There are messages and signs that you need to make a change, that you need to do something different, that you need to change your habit, that you need to trust your intuition, that you need to change your thoughts. Okay. And Spirit says, please remind them of this, because so many of them are confused, are lost, are feeling stuck. And the truth is, you're never stuck. Spirit says, you're never stuck. You're never lost. We're right here. You're never disconnected. It only appears that way because of this beautiful egoic veil that comes upon us when we're born. Okay, so that we can experience life like we do. Otherwise, what would be the point in being incarnating? You might as well just stay on the other side like your Spirit team. Okay, so please take this to heart. Thank you, Spirit. That is a beautiful and powerful message. I love it. All right, so I'm already started a couple messages here. And wow. Lisa Marie says, I like sitting in the energy because I can feel it. Excellent. That's what we want. That's what we want, Lisa Marie. Thank you for sharing that. All right. I love the enthusiasm. Yay. Awesome. Okay. Carrie, I love look at this, guys. Look at people's attitudes. I love this. I love you guys are starting to sit in this gracious hour. I am well, Tammy. Thank you so much. Welcome, Tamer. So glad to see you. Welcome for your first time. All right. Let's see here. Alethea Pope says, I've been missing seeing you, trying to make my boyfriend a believer. If you can read for him. He lost his dad when he was 6. He needs this, please, ma'am. Thank you. Okay. So First of all, welcome to you and to your boyfriend. Second of all, I have found, I just want to throw this out there, that you can't make anyone a believer. Years ago, I was doing angel parties for a woman. For years, I had read for her and all of her friends. I would go to their house. We had an amazing angel party. She was one of my biggest clients. She brought me some of the most business. Just amazing, huge angel parties I'd have at her house. Souls, spirits, animals would come through. It was awesome. Her husband was a very left brain engineer who did not believe in any of this stuff. He really didn't like it. And he was very kind to me. But he would always joke around with me, about me making him a believer and not a believer and how he never would be and all this. Well, when his mother passed away, his wife asked me to please do a reading for him. She convinced him finally to do a reading. So we did an online face-to-face reading. And I'll tell you what, this man's ego was absolutely determined. He had been determined and continued to be determined that no matter what he did, he was going to prove to his wife that she was wrong and that this stuff was not real. His mother said to me at the beginning of the reading, I would not do this reading if I were you. She said, no matter how good the reading is, he is going to find a way to make sure to tell his wife that this stuff is not real. And his mother was amazing. She was an amazing soul. I mean, the stuff, I spent 2 hours on this reading. I gave him twice as much time. The details were phenomenal. She described to a T the people that spoke at her funeral, what they were wearing, who they were. I mean, the details that came through me were mind-blowing. And it was crazy because, he would agree and say yes. And he'd go, oh my gosh, yeah, that was my nephew so-and-so. Oh my gosh, yes, that's what happened. Oh my gosh, yes, it wasn't a hamster, but it was a frog. Like, it was amazing, the stuff that came through, and it was recorded. And I have proof that he agreed and accepted to what I said. And then he would kind of remember that he was supposed to not be believing in it. And he tried to make it very, very difficult on me. And his mother kept saying, I'm telling you, this isn't going to work. No sooner the reading gets over and his wife texts me and she said, Larkin, I've been reading with you and having angel parties with you for 8 years. And she said, it's always been phenomenal. She said, I don't know what happened. I am so disappointed. My husband said that it's, that he is so disappointed and that you didn't connect him to his mother. And so it was the first and only refund I ever offered. I actually gave them a complete refund. I spent 2 hours of my time and did nothing. It was an amazing reading, and I have it recorded, and they had it recorded. And my response to her was, well, if he thinks it was so bad, go back and listen to the recording, because he confirmed it during the reading. He confirmed everything. And, and to get off the phone and then tell you that it wasn't right, it wasn't what he thought, was blown away. So what I learned from that was, and maybe your boyfriend doesn't like this, but everyone should keep this in mind. We believe what we want to believe. If someone is ready for that and they want that, then great. That's great for them. They can expand their world. But what I have learned is if someone really wants to believe, then I have done many readings that have turned non-believers into believers. But if they really don't want to, if that 95% of their mind that they're unaware of, and part of their identity, their egoic story says, I can't believe in this, because for some people, it really does. It's like pulling the rug out from under them for their entire life. It can cause mental and emotional issues if you try to force that. If they're not ready to believe it on their own, you know what? Just want to say this. It's okay. They don't have to. The loved ones are still there, whether they believe the evidence and the proof or not. And they might need to for their mindset. It might be fragile in a certain way that they can't do that. It might tip them off their rocker. Okay. So just be respectful, guys, of the people that don't believe. Those of us that believe in this stuff and see this stuff and experience it, we tend to think that we got to convince everybody. And we don't. We don't. I mean, my husband, I'm a lifelong psychic intuitive medium. My husband does not believe in this stuff. Absolutely not. Without the shadow of a doubt, he does not. However, he supports me. He tells me how he feels his mother every time he goes to her grave. He has had his own experiences with his mom, with loved ones that have crossed over. I've heard him tell other people about it, and yet he will look me right in the eye and tell me he doesn't believe in any of this. Okay, so just give everyone a little grace and space. They might believe what you don't think they believe, and they might want to keep that to themselves, and that is okay. All right, I think that's very important to share. So Spirit asked me to share that, and I did. So let's see. Let's tune into your husband or your boyfriend's dad. It does not matter, by the way, how long it has been since somebody has passed. It makes absolutely no difference. They're outside of time and space, right? So it doesn't matter to them. I'm also saying, does your boyfriend have a sister, Alethea? Please let me know if your boyfriend does he have a sister? Because Alethea, I am seeing Sabon, I hope you can get back on from Ireland. You're welcome, Catherine Johnston. Thank you for being here. Alethea, let me know, because what's interesting is he's showing me a little girl. Your boyfriend's dad is showing me a little girl. North Yorkshire, welcome, Julie. Welcome, Beth. Thank you, Beth. I'm glad you enjoy hearing all of this. Let's see. I'm just gonna, I don't see your response yet, so I'm just gonna share with you what he's showing me, what I see. Why can't I star this? Oh well. All right. I'll have to come back. Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you, Alethea. He has a sister. Okay. All right. So it looks as though then he is probably showing me how he was envisioning her when he passed, because he's showing me her, and then he's showing me him, your boyfriend, as a little boy. So he's showing me the way he saw them last. His dad is showing me the way he saw them last when he was here in this world. And so this message just isn't just for him, Alethea. It's also for his sister. And the love and feeling that's coming through, mostly the validation is for them, to let them know today. Hello, KR. Is that he is there with them and present. After all this time, he has been present with them. He has watched them grow up, but he still sees and loves them as though they were these precious little children, right? His love for them is still as unconditional and nurturing and caring as it was then. From the other side, he wants to share that he realizes his passing was at the right time for him and that he chose it. But on a very human level, he believes that they both need to hear that he is so sorry that he was not physically present in their life experience, okay, in their growing up. And that he knows that that had a huge impact on their life, that it affected them every single day. But he says he was present. He did watch over them. He has been there giving them energetic and mental and emotional support the whole time. Okay. Let's see here. He's showing me a move. So I don't know if this means that they moved after he passed. They moved sometime during their growing up, but he's showing me a move, them as a family moving. He's also showing me that your boyfriend felt as though he really skipped and lost part of his childhood after his father passed away. And his dad is like, he wants to make sure that he knows it's okay to be joyful and carefree, that it's okay to play. He wants him to have a little more fun. He says he's a little too serious because he had to grow up so fast. He felt that he had to grow up faster, that once his dad passed away, he got super serious inside. And he took life more super seriously because he was hit so hard by the reality of, most kids get to feel like, okay, my parents are there, and you kind of have that feeling of feeling hi David, thank you. Most kids have this opportunity to feel the sense of security. And as you grow up, you sort of almost feel kind of infinite, right? If you have your parents, and then, things are just kind of the same and comfortable and secure for a while until you start to recognize that your parents are getting older. He didn't have that. So right away, when his dad passed, all of a sudden, I'm not sure if you remember this, David, or not. But what happens is, thank you, David, for the feedback. I'm glad this is making sense. This is just coming from your dad, from his soul. And I always ask him to please give me validation that it's them. So he's sharing with me what he knew you were experiencing and what his guidance is for you now as a form of his validation. Okay. Your sister being one of the validations, and the move, and then what you were going through. Anyway, he says it's not too late for you to just go back and kind of let loose and lighten up and fly higher and be more playful. Because he said you have a really great sense of humor. When you were a little kid, he remembers your laughter, and he loved hearing your laughter. It was one of his favorite things, was to hear you and your sister laugh, and it brought him such great joy. And he recognized that once he passed on, you all of a sudden kind of made this leap to this adult mindset that he feels you shouldn't have had to do, because, you kind of lost then all those years where you could be carefree. And so instead, you kind of came super serious. You were hit by the fact that, okay, this is really how life is. Life can be hard. You can lose people. And you became more kind of worried and conscientious about things, realizing that things weren't going to last forever at a much earlier age than most kids. And he is sorry for that. But he's like, you know what? You've done an amazing job. He just wants you to have a little more fun. He wants you to lighten up a little bit. He wants you to enjoy life a little bit more. And he's like, I know that's hard, but he said it's not too late for you to find that. You just have to kind of put in some more effort to find that in your own way. Okay. Maybe go out and find some of the things that you would have liked to have done with him, and go do those fun things. Do those fun things. And he's like, I'm actually just as closer to you than I was in physical form. As humans, David, that's really hard for us because we need that physicality. We want that physical presence. Okay. But after this reading, you are actually, I have such chills here. And that's validation telling me that this is going to be true for you. You are going to have an easier time sensing and connecting with your dad. One of the things that Spirit likes to do, and I ask them to please do for me in mediumship or readings, is to let the person know the best ways to connect with, that souls connect with you. Okay. So your dad, David, knows how to connect with you and send you his love and support. He can receive from you very easily, right? Just like I was showing you, he knows how you and your sister felt. He knows what you went through. He was there for everything you've experienced. He knows your thoughts and feelings and what you want to say to him. Okay. However, it's much harder for you to receive from him because your human senses and your mind get in the way. All right. So just because you don't sense him there, you actually do, you just don't realize it. But just because you don't think you sense him there doesn't mean he's not. Okay. Everything is 99.9% space. Everything is energy. Energy never dies. It just transforms. So your dad is an eternal consciousness that was in temporary vibrational physical form, and now he's not. But he's still right there. He's just outside of time and space. A lot of the good decisions and the conscientiousness and the confidence that all of a sudden you feel when you're making a decision, that's him right there. Even if you don't hear him or feel him saying, patting you on the back, putting his hand on your shoulder, saying, I'm right there with you, son. Your soul knows it, even if your egoic mind doesn't. Okay. The other thing is, both you and your sister, he has been there. He visits you in your dreams. He always has. Okay. You don't have to remember it, but you do wake up either all of a sudden knowing the answer to something you didn't know before, or being ready to make a decision that you weren't ready to make before, or maybe being a little depressed because you actually you miss him even more, right? Those are all indicators that you were with him in the astral plane the night before. You don't have to remember the experience. They're not dreams, they're visitations. You don't have to remember the experience. Okay, you just have to start to recognize the signs of, oh, I know this now, or I really miss him, or maybe I feel better today, or I'm more confident about this decision. Those are all ways he gets through to you, okay? When we get off of this reading, you're going to be able to recognize signs more easily, okay? If you go and do things you wanted to do with him, and you start to feel this tremendous joy, or maybe a tremendous missing of him, or a curiosity of, I wonder what this would have been like, that's him there, literally in your energetic field. Okay. If you start to feel down and depressed about things, and maybe feel like you missed out, and then all of a sudden you feel like a boost of energy, or you're like, nope, you know what? I got to get it together. I'm fine. That's him. That's him being like, hey, you got this. It's all good. I'm right here. Okay. And now that we've had this connection, you're going to be able to recognize those signs better. And I think Alethea is going to be able to help you tap into that as well, because she's a little more versed in that. Practice makes perfect. The only difference, David, between you and me is I pick up on the subtleties because I've learned to recognize it. Okay. Just like when you're driving a car or riding a bike, if you're a new driver, it feels weird. Once you're an experienced driver, you understand, okay, each car feels different. The pedal on this car, I can easily have a lead foot with. That car is, I can press a little harder on the gas because it takes longer to accelerate. The pedal's slower. This is just like that. Okay. All right. Please let me know if that helps. David and Alethea, it is such an honor. Your dad is amazing. Just please know the timing was perfect, and you will see him again when you get to the other side. Okay. He's not ever going to leave either of you. He's right there with you and your sister. Okay. Thank you, Alethea, for bringing David. And I really hope that that helps. Okay. All right. I'm going to move on here, guys. I've got 25 minutes. Gosh, time goes so fast. Let's see here. Let's see. I've got to be quick with some of these guys because this is, I took so long on this. Okay. I'm going to answer a couple quick questions, then I'm going to get to my next mediumship reading. You have to say, let's see, do they stay babies on the other side? That is a great question. And Tammy, that's one of the questions, the type of things we're going to talk about in the Awakening Your Intuition program. People are going to get to ask these questions on the mastermind. They will come to you in the way that you need to see them, Tammy. So oftentimes if they come through in a reading, they will still come through as babies, but no, they're not. Remember, guys, babies in any form, human, animals, whatever, or if a person passes away and they're older, it doesn't mean they stay older, right? The physical form is not going to be the same as the non-physical form. Okay. In non-physical, you can appear in any way you want to. So typically non-physical comes in the way that you as the human needs to experience them. So if you need to experience them as a baby, they come back to you and show you the way you remember them so you can recognize them, right? But no, they're not babies because they weren't babies to begin with, right? They were souls. They were as full and conscious and evolved a soul, whatever level as you are. When you pass away, you could come back to someone as a baby or as an older person or as the last way that they remembered you. Okay. So they can come in any form they want, but no, they're not babies. The baby-ness is just the process we go through in our physical incarnation. Okay. That is a great, great question. All right. So let's see here. Let's do this one. Tanya, welcome. Thank you for tuning in today. I'd love to connect with my dad, Bill. Okay, let me go through the souls here that are present and ask Bill to come through. Caroline, welcome, and thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate that. Okay. Got lots of mediumship reading, guys. Guys, if you don't forget, if you don't get a reading from me today, Veronica has amazing readers on here every day of the week. You can always pop on and get a free reading from them. You can also find me on my Psychic Medium page on Facebook. I do free readings and angel parties and meet your spirit guides and everything. I've got lots of events where you can come and connect with me. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's connect to your dad. So, Tanya, so I have a couple questions for you. I want to verify and validate. There's so many messages I want to get to here. I want to verify and make sure that we're getting the right soul here. Tanya. So interesting. I'm trying to sort out what it is he means. So, he's showing me something about age or an age difference. He's showing me he was a lot older than someone. And did you have, Tanya, do you have a brother or brothers, please? Let me know if you have a brother or brothers. He's showing me a younger man in his energy field. And he's showing me that he has been trying to get through to you. And he's been trying to get through to you. He said he's been trying to get through to family, but he's been finding it difficult. He's been finding it challenging. And he's making his rounds. He keeps trying to get through to someone because he wants everyone to know that he is fine. He's at peace. He just wants everyone to be at peace. Hey, Michelle, welcome. Okay, you do have two brothers. Okay, that's what I'm seeing then. All right, so let that be some validation. He's trying to get through to them too. He says he thinks it's easier to get through to you, but he has been trying to get through to everyone. He's like, he just feels like there's still some unrest. Now, it doesn't matter how long ago someone has passed, because remember, they're outside of space and time. But he's also showing me the number 2 and the number 2 to 3. So I'm not sure if he is referring to having, your two brothers and then you, and saying 3 kids, or if he's referring to the time that he passed. But he's showing me 2 or 3. He's saying it really doesn't seem like it's been that long. The time flies. So he's showing me it seems like time has flown since he has been gone. August 3rd was 3 years. Okay. All right. Thank you for the validation, because he's showing me 3 and it felt like 3 years to me. So that's validating. So please use these as confirmation. It really is him seeing your 2 brothers and showing me. I'd have no way of knowing that. The 3 years. It's very interesting. Okay. So the 2 was referencing there are 2 3s. That makes sense. Okay. And then, so you said he's been coming to you in dreams. Excellent. Okay. Well, he says it's easier to get through to you. So since he's been trying to get through to all 3 of you, he's evidently, he's not making the same progress with your brothers, but he is trying. So please know that your brothers are also experiencing him. It's not just dreams, Tanya. They're actually visitations, and you are actually spending time with him in the astral plane. Okay, so please know that. And please know that he's giving your brothers that same interaction. It's just that you are actually remembering that it's him. You're remembering that time with him. Your brothers are not. They are, even if they do, it's not as consistent. They're experiencing it more like they'll wake up and they're feeling a little depressed or a little down, or they're thinking about him more that day because they missed him, because they just spent the night with him in the astral plane, right? You're all there actually together a lot of times. And they're a little less likely to acknowledge or put a meaning to this, right? But he is also giving them answers and guidance and support. Their souls are joyful with him on the other side. His biggest concern was, he just says, I just want my family to have peace. He said, I really feel like I'm at peace, but my family is not at peace. And he's like, I want them to be at peace for me. I want them to be at peace for me. So know that he is comfortable. He is happy. He is healthy. He is back in his full body. He really wanted to make sure that each of you felt that he had treated you equally, and that he loved each of you, and that he loved you guys equally but differently, and that he wanted you each to have what he felt were equal things from him and of him. Okay. So yes, please let them know, Tanya, if you decide that you want to bring them on the 31st of August, I am having an online angel party group reading. So if you don't want to pay someone for a full reading, but you'd like to join that, it's a semi-private reading. I take less than 20 people for that. If you go to my Psychic Medium page, you can find it posted. All my events are posted to the top of that page. They're pinned. If they would like to join, so they can actually ask questions and have a reading with him, you are welcome to do that. Okay. Thank you for letting me read for you, Tanya. Please know that for you, and actually also for your brothers, because this connection has been made and he's confirmed that he's at peace and things are okay. Thank you, Barbara. I'm glad you like the events. Please know that they're going to be able to connect with them more now. They may not acknowledge it or talk to you about that. But once you open a conversation, I think they're going to be more open to it. It's a lot of subtleties, Tanya, so they may not really recognize yet what's going on. Okay. All right. I only have 17 minutes left, so I'm going to leave your dad with you, Tanya, and move on. Let's see. I'm going to, let's see here. I'm going to quick do this, Casey, and then I need to move on to more mediumship readings. Okay. Does spirit want or need me to continue doing more of my spirit work this year? I want to do more. So, Casey, I'm going to sort of be a jerk here. Why would you ask that question? Why would you ask that question? Okay, questions are good, but I'm going to throw it back at you. If you want to do more, then why isn't that enough for you? Why do you have to know if spirit wants you to do more? Of course, spirit wants you to do more if you want to do more. Guys, I want to reiterate this. This is so important, and I'm so glad Casey asked this question, because it's not about what spirit wants. It's not about what spirit wants. What does spirit want, guys? What does spirit want? This is why my Awakening Your Intuition program is so powerful, where everybody can get in a mastermind and ask me these questions and get the answers from spirit. This is why I'm making that program. Spirit wants what's best for you, and spirit knows you have free will. Spirit does not, and I repeat, this is for all of you. Spirit does not want you to do what spirit wants you to do. Spirit wants you to do what you choose in free will. If you're inspired or you're drawn to something or you're motivated or something feels good to you, follow your bliss. Do that. That means you are in alignment. That means your intuition, your higher self, which has the same information that your spirit team does, is following its bliss. So that's what you should do, of course. If you want to do more work with spirit, then why wouldn't you do that? Do you think Spirit's going to say, stop working with us? We don't want you to do more spirit work? Of course not. Spirit wants you to connect and awaken consciously. Spirit wants you to learn to connect with spirit. Spirit wants you to learn to trust your intuition. So absolutely, Spirit wants you to do what you're drawn to do. Okay? So you guys get off the beliefs, the ego belief system of I have to do what something outside of me wants you to do. Do what you want to do. Do what you feel. Do what makes you feel good. That's what Spirit wants. Spirit is not here to tell you what to do, guys. That was the message in the beginning of this live today. Spirit is not here to tell you what to do. We want that because our human ego feels more secure if we're being told by something we think is greater than ourselves outside of us what to do. It makes us feel safe because we don't want to make a mistake. But Spirit wants you to make mistakes. Spirit wants you to learn to trust yourself. Spirit wants you to learn to trust in your intuition and to learn to speak to Spirit by yourself, which is why on August 10th, I'm having Meet Your Spirit Guides. Have you guys signed up for Meet Your Spirit Guides yet? It's pinned to the top of my Psychic Medium page. Spirit wants to work with you personally, okay? So go for it, Casey. You're doing amazing, and I love your questions. So keep them coming. All right. Let's see. I only have 14 minutes left. Wow. Paul says Spirit wants us to be happy in life and more. That's how I feel. Yes. Right on. You guys are amazing. All right. I want to get to all of you, but again, I'm going to scroll up here, guys. Going to do this here. So keep in mind, guys, on Monday, I have Angels in Action with Susie Antero. We do readings and answer these questions on my page. Monday and Tuesday at 4 p.m. EDT, I am here with Veronica. And Veronica has amazing readers all week, so you guys have lots of options. Friday is Furball Friday. I do only animal readings and animal wisdom on my Psychic Medium page. I have free and low-cost paid events all week. So if you don't get a reading today, you can connect with me further or other readers on Veronica's page, okay? All right. Does your father visit you? Absolutely, he does. Yes. So, guys, if you have loved ones in non-physical, okay, even if you don't sense them all the time, they love you and they're there. Okay. Your father does visit you. I don't know if is it Negen or Nejin? I'm not sure. I don't know how to say the name right. I'm hoping I'm saying it right. Yes, your father visits you. He actually speaks to you a lot in your ear. So you've got some clairaudience going on. When you think you're hearing him speak to you and you're like, wait, did I just hear that? And you're feeling his presence, please know that that's correct. He also visits you individual, like specifically with beautiful, bright flowers, like reds and bright pinks and corals. And he wants to bring that brightness and that beauty into your life. And that's his way of showing you that he's there with you. Okay. He's watching over your whole family. He is so proud of you guys. And he's like, you know, any hard times that you're having, it's going to be okay. Just stick together. No matter what you do, he wants the family to work together, stick together, support one another. Okay. He's really emphasizing that family connection there. So we've had this connection here, Najin, and so you're going to have a stronger connection to him now. Okay. All right, guys, I'm trying to, right now I've got 11 minutes. So I just want to validate for people that that their loved one is there. And then you can either go more in depth by getting a reading from someone else, or you can, come back and find my free readings or other free readers on Veronica's page to get more in depth. Spirit wants me to validate and confirm and comfort and guide. Okay, so I'm doing that quickly now. Okay, I'm not spending as much time. I'm just going to confirm for people. Any messages from my grandma that passed when I was very young? Allison, awesome. Let's see here. Oh, gosh. Oh, your grandma is so darling. All right. Wow. She really, really, really loves you. Um, she's saying, it would have really been ideal and wonderful to have been able to remain in this world longer so she could have spent more time with you. Um, there are things she would have loved to have taught you and shown you, but she's like, you have just done such a beautiful job. And she's like, she sees so much of herself in you, her sense of humor, but yet her ability to make decisions and be really very, she says, she sees that you're very smart. She says she thinks you make very good decisions, and she's very proud of you. She's very proud of that. um let's see. um she loves you very, very much. Let's see. I'm so sorry, Nijin, but you know what? He's right there with you. Um, let's see. So Allison, your mom always says that too. Yes. Um, that's amazing, Nijin. I'm so glad you saw him. Awesome. So, yeah. So your mom is sensitive to this, but you're sensitive to her as well. And I'm glad your mom says that, because that's part of your grandma's validation for you, that it's really her and that she sees herself in you. But she's just so proud of you. She's like, you've just done an amazing and beautiful job remaining true to yourself and growing up. She's also showing me, a teddy bear, like a teddy bear toy. Did you have a teddy bear, or like a brown stuffed animal that looks like or resembles the shape of a teddy bear that you had when you were little? Perhaps you got it from her, but she's showing me that, the images that she has of you from when you were little, when she was around. And she's like, she just wants you to know that she is there with you whenever you call her, whenever you have questions, whenever you're in doubt, whenever you need her. Especially, she says, whenever you're doubting yourself, she is right there. She wants you to not doubt yourself. She says, you have so much of me in you. I just want you to believe in yourself, and have faith in yourself, and trust in yourself, because she says you are more capable than you believe. She says you act like you are and that you believe in yourself, but she says deep down, sometimes you doubt yourself or you question yourself. And she said that's really smart. It's smart to always be skeptical and question everything. But she says really believe in yourself, because she said you just have a knack for making the right decisions and knowing what you need to do. Don't ever, ever, ever lose that. She's always going to be there to help support you and encourage you to remain confident. She also wants you to know that whenever you ask her a question, she is right there. She can hear you. She is responding to you, and she is always supporting you. So she's like, just, I will tell you, Allison, that this is something I teach my intuition clients, is that when it is like the first thought, so if you ask for something, the first answer you get, that's her. As soon as you start to think about it, after like the first 3 seconds or so, even the first second for some people, it's already your mind. It's already your mind jumping in and making it up. Okay, so it's like that teeny little space between the question you ask her and the answer you get, that's her answer. The more you practice that, the more you're going to find that she comes through. Okay, Michelle, absolutely, you can ask me something. Just post it in the comments, okay, and I'll try to see it. Sayavon, I really want to get to your message too. I'm getting to a couple of mediumship messages right now, guys. So again, if I don't get to you, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to go through these as efficiently as I can. And I only have 6 minutes left. So again, you can find me on my Psychic Medium page and join me for my free online or small group readings. Or every day of the week, Veronica has free online readings on here from amazing readers. So you can tap in with them as well, okay? All right. I've been through a tough time. Will things start to change? Absolutely. First of all, Kathleen, your spirit guides say things are always changing. Always, always, always changing. Okay. They're always changing. So that's one thing you can always count on, is that the only thing that never changes is that things are always changing. So when things are going in a way that you don't like, things will change. Now, here's what you're really asking for. Your spirit guides are showing me. What you're really asking for is a transformation, not a change, because a change can go back. A transformation doesn't, right? A butterfly has transformed from a caterpillar to a butterfly, but you can change your clothes anytime you want, right? So what you're really after is a transformation. What your spirit guides are showing me is in order for you to actually have a transformation, and I know because I'm a mindset coach, I've been helping people transform their lives for over 14 years, so 15 years now, okay? And your spirit guides are very practical and they are spot on. You need to start looking at the habits that you have that are creating the reality you don't want. Because in order for your future to be changed, to be transformed, Kathleen, you are going to have to start making some internal changes of habits of thinking, habits of belief, habits of talking, habits of relationships, habits of, how you think about and perceive things throughout your day. When your daily habits change, transformation will happen. But what they're showing me is, which you probably don't like this answer, but this is the truth. Spirit guides are very practical. You have to start making some changes because your external reality is a reflection of your internal reality. And what they're showing me is you have some habits that you need to be changing, that you're stuck in some old ways that you have not changed. Okay, so my advice to you is find yourself a mindset coach. You've got to start making some habitual changes because you are a mental and physical being now, as well as just an energetic conscious being. And so you have to start making some cognitive changes to have the transformation. But they're reminding me to tell you, hey, it's not change you want, it's transformation. Don't be asking if change is coming, because the answer is in your hands. Most people don't want to hear that. Most readers don't give that. That's what spirit tries to tell you guys. You are not a passive listener to a reading. You need to be an active participant in these readings. You need to understand that your spirit guides, Kathleen, and your spirit team are trying to get you to make the internal changes so your external reality shifts. I hope that makes sense. And I pray that you accept this guidance from them, because they've been trying to get through to you and you're kind of stuck in a mindset of that you don't hold power, that the power is in the world outside of you, in the people and the circumstances, that life is happening to you. And Kathleen, your spirit guides are like, knock, knock, wake up call. Life is not happening to you. It's happening because of you, in response to you. You have free will. Okay. So what answer you might have just gotten from me that you might not like is actually a super powerful. Your spirit guides literally just handed you the baton of power. They said, you're more powerful than you think, and you need to learn how to use that. Okay. If you want to connect with them more, I am having a Meet Your Spirit Guides event August 10th. If you'd like to literally meet your spirit guides and learn how to listen to them and work with them, you can find that event pinned to my Psychic Medium page that's on the banner. Okay. You might not want to do that, but that's an option for you. Okay. All right. I have a minute left. God, there's so many people I want to get to, guys, and I'm just not going to be able to get to everybody. So you can come back and see me next week. Suzanne, your husband is with you, honey. He is with you. I know you miss him so much, but he is with you, and he really, really, really wants you to move on to a new phase of healing and of connecting with him from a more empowered place. Okay, Suzanne, that means that part of the reason you're really struggling right now in missing him is that you need to move on to the next level of how's the right way to say this? He's trying to put it in terms of, it's not letting him go because you don't ever have to let him go. It's allowing yourself to transform into the new relationship with him, which also came through for you last time. That's what he's trying to encourage you to do, and your spirit guides are too. transform your relationship with him so that it's not so painful and hard for you not having him in physical form. Really start transforming the relationship from your side with him now that he's back in non-physical. Get back to the depth of your soul connection so that life's a little easier for you not having him in the physical. Okay. All right, Michelle Graham, everybody else, I'm so sorry I did not get to you today. But again, Veronica has the best readers I've ever seen on here, and they're on every day of the week. You can find me on my Psychic Medium page. I have so many things that I offer for free and for low cost. You can find me as well. I'll be back here next Monday and Tuesday live with you. And again, if you did not get a reading today, it's okay. You will get your reading at just the right time. I followed Spirit's guidance today and who to read for. So I know for a fact that you guys will all get your reading at the perfect time, okay? Thank you for being such a beautiful and gracious audience. It means the world to me, and I'll see you guys again soon, okay? Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye.